Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Just imagine, think that a person, in particular a far right Sanatani Hindu supremacist, approaches you. He knows you're a Muslim and mockingly says, "Your book teaches to beat women. What a bad book." What would be your reaction? Would you beat him for calling Quran bad? Would you explain what the verse means? In both the situations, you won't have a good response. In the first scenario, you beat him up and he gets a reason to blame you for being an extremist, even though he was the one to bring that up. The second scenario of explaining things to him will not work because he is not there to listen nor understand the meanings of the words of Allah. And as I have explained before, there is no way to discuss with them but to turn the tables back at them. So, what do? You quote Manusmriti, which states, "The wife, the son, the slave, the servant, and the uterine brother shall be beaten with a rope or a split bamboo when they have committed a fault." Now, the Hindu supremacist will get angry and then say, "You Muslims believe the woman is unintelligent and her testimony is half." You tell him calmly that while explaining Srimad Bhagavatam, Swami Prabhupada said, "There is a difference between male and female that exists even in the higher statuses of life. In fact, even between Lord Shiva and his wife." Okay, and you need to understand that thus even in the higher statuses of life there is a difference between the understanding of a male and that of a female. It may be clearly said that the understanding of a woman is always inferior to the understanding of a man. In the Western countries, there is now agitation to the effect that man and woman should be considered equal, but from this verse it appears that woman is less intelligent than man. And you do not stop there. You quote Rigveda, which says, "Verily Indra said that the mind of a woman is not to be controlled." He declared also that her intellect was small. Then comes Manusmriti, chapter 9, verse 18, which is clearly declaring woman to be devoid of understanding and to be false. Quote, "For woman, there is no dealing with the sacred texts. Such is the rule of law. The fact is that being destitute of organs and devoid of sacred texts, women are false." Unquote. Bodhayana states while explaining Manusmriti that women are considered to have no business with the sacred text. Shukranidhi states that the woman and the Shudra shall never recite mantras. And for the biggest argument by the Hindu supremacists against Islam, the testimony of a woman to be half. Let's read Manusmriti chapter 8 verse 77. "A single man, free from covetousness, may be a witness, but not many women, even though pure, because the understanding of women is not steady, nor other men who are tainted with defects." Now the Hindu supremacist becomes agitated. He says there is no freedom for women in Islam and they are only for baby production. You tell him that, "Bro, you do not know that a woman is not granted freedom in Hinduism. Don't you know that? She has to remain with her father or husband or her sons, or else she will lose her reputation." And then you quote Manusmriti chapter 5 verse 147. "She should not seek separation from her father, husband, or sons. By separating, the woman would render both families disreputable." And it goes on to verse 148. "She should be always cheerful and alert in household work. She should have the utensils well cleaned, and in spending she should be close fisted." So a woman should focus on washing the dishes. And for the baby production part, it is mentioned in Manusmriti in chapter 9 verse 96. Women were created for the purpose of childbearing, and men for the purpose of procreation. Hence it is that religious rites have been ordained in the Veda as common between the man and his wife. Not say happy now, Mr. Hindu supremacist. So the Hindu supremacist is burning with anger and says, "In Islam, menses make a woman impure, which does not allow her to pray." You calmly quote Manusmriti, which is saying that if a woman is in her menses and if she touches someone's food, it becomes uneatable, quote unquote, for the Brahman. Now the Hindu supremacist gets really, really angry and he leaves you be but not before cursing you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.